Human design and love. In this video, I'm going to teach you all about chemistry, being compatible, soulmates, and triggers. Anything and everything you need to know to understand and be able to read your romantic relationship through the lens of human design and aligned energetics. Let's dive deep. First, the most important thing, soulmates, twin flames, what it is all about. So, from the human design perspective, we were all once just pure consciousness expressed. And we can imagine that that consciousness was a crystal of awareness just floating in time and space. And when the Big Bang arrived, that crystal of consciousness exploded into a million different pieces. And so it is said that those people that you find in your life that you feel so pulled towards, that you feel so strongly connected, is what we call our fractals. And we call them our fractals because from the human design perspective, these are the pieces that broke off closest to your piece in the beginning of time, in the beginning of consciousness. So yes, there can be this strong bond, this soulmate connection because of how close somebody has been in the time before we existed in this human shape and form. Now, I'm going to break down how you can start reading your body graph in your romantic relationship, breaking it down in these 4 energetic dynamics that you will be able to recognize in your chart. We're going to look at sameness, connection and attraction, compromise, and energetic dominance. Now, I want to introduce you to the concept of electromagnetic fields. So when we look at the body graph, we can see that we have all of these energy centers, and these energy centers have lines looking through. These lines might be full lines that we call channels, or they might be what we call hanging gates, these half lines. For the purpose of this exercise, we will not get into the different colors, but I just want you to look at your own body graph and the body graph of your partner, which you can check out in the link below in the description box. We have a free tool where you can look at the compatibility of you and your love interests connection. So you will see in your own body graph that you have gates and you have channels, short lines and long lines. So when we look only at the gates, we will see that there is a missing piece. And so this is where we can find attraction. And this is where we can find chemistry. Because the way that we interact is that that missing piece is constantly looking outward to find the other half. Because when we find our other half, literally, romantically speaking, that's when we feel completed. That's when we feel whole. And oftentimes when we look at 2 charts of 2 people and we put them together in the way that you can do with the tool in the description box, you will see how your charts literally can be completely filled up, the one with the other. Let's start with sameness. Sameness means that your chart looks very similar. When you look at your body graph and your partner's or romantic interest body graph, you're going to find out that it looks very similar. This means that you are a similar energy type, or you have similar defined energy centers, similar open energy centers, similar gates, similar channels, similar numbers in your profile. All of the things that look very the same are going to be a clear indicator of sameness. And sameness is one of those characteristics in a relationship that will allow us to understand if this relationship is meant to be long-lasting. If you have a lot of sameness in your relationship base is going to be grounded on the pillar of friendship, of being deeply understood, of being deeply recognized because you both act and learn and move through life in a very similar way. Then we have opposition, attraction, connection. And this is where we feel the sexual spark. This is where we have intensity. This is where we have chemistry, passion, sexual desire. This is where we fall in love with the differences, that we're so fascinated by the other person. And this is kind of tricky because in the beginning, this can be really beautiful and really intense and give us all of those highs. But after a 7-year-long relationship, for example, we're going to start feeling conditioned out of our own energetic authenticity, and it can become something that needs to have some awareness and work around, some clear communication and creating energetic boundaries to have space for oneself. But for now, to start, I want you to look at your chart and see everywhere you have these gates. These gates are these half lines that you can find in your energy centers. And so everywhere where you have half a gate and the person you like has the other half gate and they connect on the same line, that is where you have chemistry. That is where sparks fly. There is where, like there's fire and lightning and all of the things, okay? This is the feeling of, they're the one. They're missing a link, literally. So take this into account, okay? This is where you have that strong desire and sexual energy. But it's important also to be really aware that even this intense chemistry is beautiful and will give you an incredible empowered feeling because suddenly you have this different energy, this fulfilling energy. You can also look at the energy centers where these gates are coming out of. So if you have two half gates that are connecting, yours and your partners or you and your lovers, and the energy centers are open, the moment that you're connecting with a channel, like the moment two of these halves become one channel, your energy centers will be defined. So that is that feeling of that person literally fulfills me. These connection of these gates are going to be representative of the intensity and connection that you have in your romantic relationship. Some of them hold more weight than others because we have something called the sexual streams and we also have something called the love gates that I will not be discussing in this video, but if you want more information, you can find out more in the description link below. And then we have compromise, which is what we can actually call unrequited love. This is when I have half a gate and the person that I'm with or dating or in close relationship with has the full channel. Why is it unrequited love? Why is it a compromise? Because I have that half and the person has that missing piece that I'm yearning for to feel that sensation of completion and of fulfillment and unity. But because the other person has the full channel, they don't actually need my energy. They don't need what I have to give them. So it can feel like, oh, in this specific aspect in the body graph, in the specific theme that is being highlighted through this electromagnetic energy, it's like, oh, you fill me up with this trait and you have these things that I desire and I crave and finally I found the person that completes me, and the other person is like, meh, cool, fine, like whatever. Why? Because the other person doesn't need me. The other person already has that energy within them. So there's not that chemistry. There's not that yearning. They already feel fulfilled within themselves. And so this is where I will feel like I'm constantly making a compromise because I do not feel that there's this reciprocity in the way that we're interacting, in the way that we are connecting with each other. There will always be this longing. Oftentimes when we look at compatibility charts, we can see that at different points of the chart, maybe at some point there's an aspect where one has a yearning for the other and there's unrequited energy on one side of the chart, and then on the other side of the chart, the other person has an aspect of this unrequited love kind of energy, and so they balance each other out. And I want to explain to you what energetic dominance is. Energetic dominance is when we have an aspect in our chart where we're open, like an open energy center, or we have, a whole channel that is open, and the person that we're with, the person that we're interested in is defined or has a line that goes through. So that's when their energy is dominating ours. So this is a process that sounds bad. It doesn't necessarily have to be bad. It just means that in these aspects, our partner will have a stronger capacity to follow through or to rule their intentions over us in the specific theme. And so it can also inspire us. It can also fulfill us. It can also make us feel big and connect to aspects of ourselves that we don't have consistent access to because it's not our energetic authenticity. We just have to be aware because this can lead into deconditioning. And if we're living together, spending a lot of time on a close proximity with each other, we can often find that our way of expressing that energetic is distortionated because it is not our true energetic selves. And so it's beautiful to tap into, and it allows us to feel things that we might not feel on a regular basis, and it can give us like a feeling of, like empowerment and enlightened experience. But always be aware that this is a conditioning that is happening through our partner, and if we continue along for too much with this energetic dominance that doesn't belong to us, we might find ourselves burned out or living in expressing a way that is not our authentic nature and therefore is not our actual energetic purpose. You can now go and grab your human design body graph compatibility chart that you can find in the link below, so that you can figure out which of these energetic dynamics match your love interests, and start to analyzing and start to look with curiosity and openness, what are the energetic dynamics and things that you see where you guys match, where you're not matching, where you have dominance, where you are unrequited in, and really start inspecting and looking with a curious eye at your relationship dynamic and feeling if what you see holds true with your own romantic experience. Because February is our love month, we have two incredible offerings that you will find in the description below. We're giving away a 2-for-1 source code, which is a written analysis of your human design. So you can purchase one for your partner and you get one for you free, so that you can start getting to know yourself even deeper, all of the aspects of your human design and your chart. And this will bring great empathy and understanding for the person you're with. And we also have an incredible training to start reading even deeper into your relationship and learn everything you need to know about love in the time of the sleeping phoenix, love and the new paradigm with the shift in consciousness that is happening, and all of the internal and detailed dynamics that you can find in a love relationship to either learn for yourself because you're curious, or start using this to enhance your human design business and start offering relationship readings to people who are dating, that are in a relationship, or that are transitioning into marriage. It's an incredible, powerful tool that helps you really understand your clients and offer something super unique and a beautiful experience. I hope you enjoy. If you've liked this video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. It means the world to me to be able to share the human design information to as many people as possible. If this content served you or inspired you, please share it with anybody who could use it. Leave your questions down below, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Remember, I don't care what anybody says, I love you.